So first question, like how your filmmaking journey started, like why you thought you want to become a filmmaker.
So I born in a small village of Bihar, and my life, most of my time, I spend in the village. Still, staying in the village, and staying with my family, staying with the village kids. So since childhood, we were having very huge craze for watching films, but the films which was very, we were 90s boys, so we were watching the films of all the like Akshay Kumar, Sunil Shetty, that kind of films, and and there were a festival called Tej. So we don't used to have television in our house. Even the whole village have just one or two person. So we used to access their television on the Sunday when on the Doordarshan there is a film used to come on Sunday in afternoon. So we used to catch that. Other than that, we were having opportunity to watch the unlimited film in the night of Tej festival. You might be aware about Tej festival. It is happening in the central India where women do whole night fasting for her husband. So she has to woke up for the whole night. So my father used to rent a TV, battery, DVD, these kind of things. So we can watch the films overnight with the whole family and the other villagers. So my mom can keep awake before the God. So this was the major, attraction for my filmmaking journey. And later on, when I shifted to Delhi for my education, like I have done my 11th, 12th, and graduation from Delhi, and later I go to Delhi University. Then I had a very close encounter with theaters. You know, so I participated in theaters. I watched a lot of theater, and actually from theater I learn how to guide the actor. I learn how to manage, you know, the things on first hand, and this was the time I was traveling also across India because I'm coming from a Bihar, a state which is very, challenging state economically, socially. So when you will tell someone that you wanted to be a filmmaker, that is a big joke in Bihar. So so even in this time, if you see the filmmakers coming from Bihar, then there are a certain class of society they belongs to. There are not much representations of filmmaker who is coming from, maybe not very, upper class or from village area and all, because of course the filmmaking is a matter of privilege also. But while I was staying in Delhi, I experienced a lot of criticism why I'm from Bihar. A lot of always abusing people. First see you, then they see you as a, you are coming from Bihar. Then they see you, oh, okay, this is a this person can be, they can tell you anything. So this was the major, something stuck in my mind, how I come from over from it and go back to my own roots to work. So the coming generation doesn't need to hear all this. You will see that Bihar, Mumbai, Delhi, Mumbai, Bangalore, everywhere Bihari people are working. They are making these cities very beautiful, making roads, making buildings. But later on, you will see that on the same road, people are walking and abusing the Bihari. In the same building, people are sitting and abusing Bihari. And I go to almost 22, 23 state that time in my college days. And I realized that this is not only in Delhi and Mumbai. You will see everywhere the Bihari people are, and they being not treated, in a good way. This was the motivation for me to come back to my own village. Then I come back to my village and start to mobilize the community for work. Other than film, I'm working all other social. I'm running a social organization also that works for children, that works for rural youth. This was my ambitions to work for them. So film is one of part of that.
Brilliant. So, like, have you gone to film school? Like, what's your
No,
opinion
no,
on film school?
no, I don't go to film school. And before going to Delhi University, I was having very craze for Delhi University. Oh, I have to go Delhi University. And as I'm coming from Bihar board, so a kind of stereotype having everywhere that a Bihar board per a student cannot get into the north campus of Delhi University. I mean, of course, a lot of people are getting in by hard work. I get into also by hard work. But after going there, I don't feel something very special. That, oh, I mean, expectation was something that I was a student of philosophy also. And I realized that the even getting into a big college doesn't makes me very connected with all this system. So I choose to travel. So that's why I refer myself a student is of school of nature, the person who learns from people, a person who learns from nature much. So I don't went to film school. Whatever I am doing, I learn from people, I learn from nature. That's it.
Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. So, let's talk about your film, Aājoor. So, how the idea came for the story?
Like I in my childhood, film was like a magic for us. We used to imagine that if a hero, if if a hero hit someone, is it really hit? How they bear such a huge amount of pain or something like this. So we see cinema since our childhood like a star. You see the star. Oh, they are have brightness. You see as a magic the star and all. We were seeing like this also. And when I started to participate in theater, I feel that how magical this medium is, theater and cinema. And as I was in 11th class and I was studying in government school, so whenever I go to government school, it was I always face a lot of discrimination, a lot, not just a bit, but a lot. It was very bad discrimination I was having just because I was coming from Bihar and all the other student was from Delhi. So and there were few students also from Bihar in my class, but they call themselves, oh, I'm from Delhi. So you will find a lot, very less people from Bihar who is staying outside from Bihar. They will say, I'm from Bihar. This is very normal, I feel, I realize. And so I was facing a lot of discrimination. That discrimination lead me to skip the school and go somewhere where I can feel comfortable. So that time, a lot of film festival used to happen. That used to happen in City Fort Auditorium. A lot of film festival happen in Habitat, India International Center. So these are the places I spend morning to evening. And sometime you were lucky that you get food also. When there are some programs happen, then they get food. They give you food also. And so I just wish to skip the school, so I used to stay among these places to watch a lot of films. And also I spend a lot of time to sit in DTC bus, Delhi, that DTC bus, and just walk randomly, go here and there. Imagine the TT came and ask you for ticket. You don't have ticket, then they get back to you down. Then you take another bus. So this is the way I met a lot of person. I gone through a lot of story, and I saw Delhi very closely. So this actually helped me to draft a idea that what I have to do in my career. And so this idea of making this film is also from here that I saw a lot of regional films. I mean, there was one point that a discrimination I face, then I feel that I should go back to Bihar so I can work on a point. So this discrimination can be countered. First thing. Another thing I saw that in the film festival, especially in Habitat, in Siri Fort Auditorium, that time Jagran Film Festival used to happen. So I go to the Jagran Film Festival and I realized that, every state films is there. Films are coming from northeastern part of India. Film is coming from all other Marathi film I watched a lot. South Indian classic films I watched a lot. But I was amazed that there was no any film from Bihar, and I feel that this is a big, cultural crisis in our state. Even we have a lot of culture. I mean, everywhere have a lot of culture. We have our own language. We have our own people. So there must be is there a story. So was the driving force to go back and create a film that actually realize the whole village that see how magic can be made, like till everyone think in my village, everyone think in my district. I am coming from Sitamarhi district where the goddess Ma Sita born. It is the completely northern part of Bihar. And how interior I am staying, I can tell you that first you arrive Patna, then from Patna you have to drive 6 hours, 5 to 6 hours to reach to my village. So from Patna it is around 170 kilometers. So how interior and so you can imagine the development there, the economic, the social development there. There's not much development, of course. So when I returned, people were like, if you want to make cinema, then go to Mumbai. Cinema cannot be made in village. There is no cinema in the village. Other thing was also a lot of people was telling me. Actually, when you talk about Bihar, I don't wish to talk about caste hierarchy things, in Bihar context, but it is too much there that a lot of people used to come to me and suggest me that filmmaking usually done by upper caste. They have resources. How you will do this? So this was the initial concern of my whole community. All the people was connected with me. They used to guide me like this that if you want to make film, first go to Mumbai, and second they feel that people who is coming from this class, people who is coming from not a very high class cannot make films. Film is art, is something belongs to a class. So this kind of suggestions comes from my own community. They were not very welcoming when I decided to work with them. So I started to uh, gain the faith of them, and it took around 2 years to completely gain their faith. The kids, everyone, I started to train. Similarly, I started to work on a script. First thing in my mind, it was clear that I'm going to make a film that will be by the community for the community. There will be 100% involvement of the community, so they can feel that how cinema can be made here also in a Bihar. And for making a film, you really don't need a very big, big setup if you have a story. So within 2 years, around 2 years, they being convinced to okay, let's make a film, and all the kids. We have multiple very deep workshop also for the kids, because in our film Aājoor, all the people who acted, all the people who assisted, all coming from village. They do not have any background of filmmaking. They do not go to any film school. They all are village youth. They are all of the kids parents is farmer, migrated laborers, all they are. And they are the one who was the driving force to make this film possible.
Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. So, like, it took you like so much time, 2 years, as you said, like to make the film. Like, how the funding part came, like, how did you get the funding and producers, or was it
Uh,
self-funded?
we started crowdfunding in 21st of April 2019, and so how crowdfunding work? Usually in crowdfunding, your friends support. They, I mean, they are the major supporter who know you, you know. And in my case, I was from Delhi University. I traveled a lot, so a lot of people knowing me. And so a very initial amount come in the very starting, within 2 3 months. And it was not much, around just 70 80,000, around this. But it was not enough, of course. And within 3 months, this was the very high peak. Then people donated. After that, it get down, and no one was donating, and we were not taking, I mean, we were not going one step further. So but we have to make the film. So I was keep thinking how to do it. There were two three friend of mine who was believe in my vision. So completely it is our vision. Like there is one of my friend, Arpit Chikara. He is also from Delhi University. He's from Delhi. So me, him, another some of my friend, hmm, started to think that how we can get the funds actually. So first, of course, in crowdfunding, first your friends support. Another way is that if you are coming from a good background, I mean, the background, the society, so-called society decided that you are coming from a film school. Typically, you can say that a film school, or maybe you are coming from a filmmaking background. Then you can get the funds from unknown people also. But for in my case, I have no any prior direction experience. I mean, even I do the work, but it was not so notable that someone can say, okay, I'm going to donate good amount. So so we started to approach people. And I still remember that me and some of my friend who was believing in this, sending 50 60 70 emails in a day to different people. And we were realized that actually world is not very helpful if you if you uh, don't have a good approach. Then we started to think about our approach. What is going wrong with us that people are not supporting us? Like we approached a lot of indie filmmakers also in India, that at least they can guide us, but we heard back very less. So then there are a lot of learning. And for making Aājoor, I feel that this was my film school, that I learned a lot of things. I learned completely the way, all the steps to go ahead. And so the crowdfunding actually doesn't work well in our case. We have funds from unknown people. When we started to send emails, when we started to find mutual connections here, there were a person in our team, one of my friend, he was finding the list of Bihari people who is staying outside the country, and he was finding all the emails, so we can send him email. Okay, you, I mean, contribute in our film. And we reach out a lot of people. And so a few of people can do the donation around, some people, so we reach around 1.5 lakh, 1.5 lakh, yeah. So around this money we reach. but uh, but it was not enough. Yeah. So then we started to uh, believe that something good will happen. Let's start our work. So we started to invite mentors from Delhi, from Mumbai, so they can come and start the training of our kids. So we start this process also. I was involved in that process also, and slowly connection, connection increased. And few more people join us who majorly, put the fund in our film. But they are not from filmy background also. So there were three major person. One was my mother who put the money. Another one was Arpit Chikara. I just now I mentioned the name. And another one was Prithipal Singh Matharu ji. He was from Jabalpur. So these are the people who doesn't have much idea about the film, but he has idea that we are doing something great. So let's make it possible.
So as you said, like most of the people were from the village, like they didn't have any film school knowledge. So how was the process of teaching them, and how long it took to like teach them, or for the acting process as well, and for the assistant part as well?
Like see, for acting, the biggest challenge was to let them realize that you do not have to act, because the story is coming from their own life. 2 years I spent them with them while gaining their faith, understanding their life. So all the story is coming from their own life. So even the actual cast of the film is also those kids. I get the story from their life, like about the Facebook. They are wandering and they are collecting the money to have a Facebook account. Go to cyber cafe, pay 100 rupees to get a one Facebook account. These are the real story of our village. So they used to collect the money so they can have Facebook account. They you will see that in my childhood I used to play a lot of cricket, and I used to go to government school. So we run away from the school and go to the forest, far more deep forest, and find a place where to play cricket. And we were having a rule that no one is going to hit the ball very forcefully. So because the ball can lost in the forest, and once the ball lost, the biggest challenge was how to get the another ball. So we used to collect the crop actually from the farms. That if you have idea about the farming, you will see that the farmers, when they collect all the their crops from the farming land, some of the crops left in the land. So we used to collect that and make the seeds out and then sell it. We get some money to buy the ball. So this was also in the film. And so this is the very real incident we I lived in my childhood. Kids are living right now also about social media. They have such craze still. So they all coming from their life. So I wanted to train them to just not to be so much conscious when the camera is on. So when we started their workshop, so we always put the camera, like phones, like one people used to record it. So this makes them slowly comfortable to not the see over the camera. Another thing, for the assistant, I trained them for all the management, like how to manage the things in in our childhood, especially in the village. We used to, I mean, children are like this. I was also like this. We used to lost in many thoughts. We used to lost in many things. The first thing when you are going to shoot is that you have to be very attentive. So this was the lot of training to the kids how to be attentive while being assistant. Once someone tell you to do this, how you have to do in a more creative way, something like this. Another thing in Bihar was a very challenging thing, was a DJ culture in Bihar. So every day someone is married, any day someone is getting born, any day someone is die. Everything Bihar celebrate with the DJ. So wherever we were go for shoot, we have to check that where it is going to have a celebration, so that area not to shoot. Or even they are playing a sound randomly, then 2 3 person used to be there to go and shut down the sound. So this was a big challenge. So the whole process actually was very engaging, and I feel that the whole process was very interesting to let them, you know, participate in all this. Their curious mind have a lot of questions, and the big challenge was to cast the girls from our society, our community into our film. It was the very big challenge, because you can understand the society, the village who is around, which is around 170, 180 kilometer from Patna. So the social structure, how it will be. And of course, the actual story based on that girl, I wanted to cast also to her, but her parents at the end not agree. to let her cast. Then I cast another girl. Even for the film features few girls. For other girls, we have struggled a lot also, convince their parents. Even for the boys, the parents were creating problem also in midway, because film for I mean the film image in their mind is like a Bhojpuri film. A lot of vulgar songs, a lot of womanizer things, and even they are part of it. Even they are in the society. If the marriage is happen, they will play all this, but they don't want their own kid uh, into a film, because they have this perception that maybe they are making Bhojpuri film, something like this. So we have to convince them a lot that the film is not having any song in the film. There is a no dance in the film. Then they used to ask us, if there is a no song, how it is a film? If there is a no dance, how it is a film? So a lot of something questions like this. But I feel that of course Bhojpuri making very good films also. But these days Bihar is producing a lot of bad contents, and unfortunately, some mostly they are in Bhojpuri. So that's how the perception being made in Bihar.
Okay, okay, brilliant. So, like a lot of hard work has been shown in the film, like as you said. So it has traveled a lot in Kolkata. You won an award
Yeah,
in Kerala. It has traveled. So, what has been the audience reaction towards the film?
I mean Kerala and Kolkata both. I mean we were waiting for our selections for a very long time, and it was a big win when when you are getting an email. When I used to get an email, so first line used to uh, write like that, we are sorry to inform you, something like this. When IFFK email came, then the first line was congratulations Aryan. Then it was very big moment for us, and I was with some all of my village kid. I was roaming around the forest, and when I arrived back to village, the network came in my phone. The email came, and I read, and so that evening was a very big celebration in my whole village. So the first result came from the IFFK, and another result after few days came from KIFF, Kolkata International Film Festival. So these two state is very kind of a space where filmmakers being respected. Actually, I feel that both of place I got a lot of respect, and it get my confidence very much up to keep making the films about my own people. When I go to IFFK, a lot of people ask me that we were not having film from Bihar in the earlier IFFK. So it is great to see a film from Bihar, and it is really a very good sign for the Bihar society that a film come for IFFK and also select in KIFF and won the award also. So both place we got very good reaction. I mean, when Kolkata screening ended, a lot of people come to talk to us because our kids was there also. They are traveling for the first time in Kolkata in their life in a big city. So for them, everything was very mesmerizing, and I still remember when we end up the screening, then a lot of people come there to meet us. Then the kids feel very good. Actually, my mother was there; she feel very good also. Because before they all were having this question that I mean, how a film could be like this? No song, no dance, no fighting scene, something like this. So it was very nice reaction.
Okay, brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. So, as you said, like you are a filmmaker, you might have seen a lot of films. So, are there any like your favorite films and filmmakers like that you want to recommend? It's a list. You can give me a list.
I mean, I will say that some of filmmaker inspires me, and of course, Satyajit Ray, Ritvik Ghatak, you know, and Sam Benegal is one of them. Meera Nair films I watched also, and these are the filmmakers whose film I feel that is still relevant to our society. They they were telling the story of most marginalized people. and this is my vision also. You know, when you see a film, then how your confidence boosts. Then when you see that, oh, he that person was making film also like this. I'm a person who spend much of my time while roaming in the forest, sitting beside the river. You know, I'm very nature. I used to spend a lot of time in nature and kids. So I don't watch a lot of films. I'm so sorry to tell you that I don't watch a lot of films, but these are the filmmakers actually I watched, and give me confidence that we can make a film something like this also, and there is a space. And so I feel that for me the inspirations make for making the film, inspiration for me come from the people actually, because I'm staying in a village, and I feel that every day a story is happening there. You do not have to pay much attention actually. A story is already happening around you. I woke up, so my routine is like to spend time with the villagers, spend time among the forest. So these two things makes me very motivated to tell my own story in a new perspective. So yeah.
Okay, brilliant. So, Aryan, my last question is like there are a lot of aspiring filmmakers. Like you have gone to film festival, people have come up to you. So, what advice would you give to them if they want to make their film?
For advice, I feel that I'm very new, but I will say that from my experience, I would say that while we start to make this film, Aājoor, actually no one was believing that this could be happen. You know. Even the crew member who was working, they were having some doubt also that how we are going to complete this project, because there were no financial backup, and there were no any big hand over us, and there were no godfather simply. And we are, and especially I'm not coming from a family also that, oh, at the end my family is going to tell that, okay, I'm going to put the money, you make the film. I'm coming from a very farming background family. So I feel that the filmmaker who wants to make the film, they should go back to their roots. Wherever they feel comfortable, they should go back, meet people, as much people they can meet, and at the same time they can make a space also to think about all the life they are experiencing around them, around them. And the idea will come, the people will join, and they will able to make the films.